I'm very lucky to have been educated in history, working in museums, working to preserve historic artifacts, historic places, really has been my life calling. So if you think about the National Museum of American History, it's the most remarkable way a historian who believes in being a public servant can serve the nation. So through the remarkable collection of the National Museum of American History, we do explore, I think, what it means to be American. And we're also a very active collecting museum. So we collect on average about 3,000 new objects every year. The beauty of the original meaning of the word curate was to take care. So a curate or curate was a pastor or a minister who took care of people's souls. And the honor to take care of the nation's treasures of artifacts is just something I think all of us at the museum hold so dear.
Well, a chair that you can fold down into a table.
Oh, that's cool. One of my favorite things to do with school children is to say, unpack your backpack. What do you have in there? What are your personal artifacts? I think there's so much power in touching the authentic. So I feel a deep affinity to how you can connect with history through artifacts. When I was in 4th grade, my great-great-aunt died, and then her beautiful Victorian house was going to be demolished. And in a feed shed, my dad saw what he thought was a Civil War cavalry desk, and it was. And it had dozens of Civil War letters that my great-great-great-uncles wrote back and forth to each other, which were incredibly poignant and talked about being sick and being imprisoned and why they were fighting to end slavery. Right around the bicentennial, we flew to Washington. So some of my earliest memories were of the Smithsonian National Museum of American History, in which, of course, we saw the First Lady's gowns, the gigantic statue of George Washington, the Star-Spangled Banner. Not everyone walks into the museum knowing what the gunboat Philadelphia means and what it meant to the American Revolution, and that's okay. I like to say that if you've been in America 10 minutes or 10,000 years, you're welcome here. The motto of our great nation, E pluribus unum, out of many we are one. History museums are one of the most trusted sources of information, that we can have the people's trust, hold it sacred, then take them on a journey of learning with us. I bring a perspective in which history is open, that we are writing history together. And I want to infuse that sense of welcome into the great work that I'm inheriting and the great work that we'll do together at the American History Museum.